We're at roughly 75, so
okay.
It should pretty much be what you see, what you get. That's a 10-inch circle. Make that ring a couple times. Very good. One more time. There you go. I wasn't sure if that was dirt or, because I couldn't hear the ding, but yeah, that third one was definitely a hit. Good. And your gun is gassed decently. Your casings are right there, so you're good. If your casings were there, I'd say get a heavier buffer, but your casings are there. So go, if you want them, feel free to pick them up. Good job on your muzzle. That's part of the test.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, yeah, they're hot. Stick them in a hip pocket or something. They won't hurt your pants. They will hurt your hands, but they won't hurt your pants. Yeah, the picking of the brass is actually part of the test to see what you're going to do with your muzzle when you bend over. Look at that delicious sling he's got.
Dude, it's delicious. So delicious. And look at the...
It looks like Cheese Whiz. Look at that color.
Yeah.
This is one of the 2-point slings. I made it for Phillip last night and brought it out.
Yeah, I love the flex in it.
Yeah.
But I don't have the... I won't say the name.
Yeah, the
I won't
slider.
say the brand.
Oh, you can say it. It doesn't matter.
But
the slider. Actually, you know, don't say the name out of respect for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The slider doohickey is what I was trying to write out of the equation with this.
You nailed it.
Yeah. Basically, it was, how do I get a 2-point tack like a single point? And I'm like, duh, put bungee in it.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not the first one who figured it out. Other people figured it out before me. Good hits, by the way.
I love how simple it is. It's simple, but it just works.
Yeah. Yippity, yippity,
I
yip.
haven't shot this gun in a while.
How long?
Oh man, I bet it's been 5 months.
Wow. Luckily, rifle does not degrade as fast as handgun does. Now I know why I saw a kick up in the dirt. See that?
Yep.
See the lower one?
Oh yeah.
It ricocheted into the gravel.
Jerked the trigger.
Yeah. It ricocheted up into the gravel. Good. That's a 10-inch disc. That's a human head. 75 yards. It's good. There are two targets out here, and I would ask you to not go any deeper into the woods than that tree.
This tree?
Yeah, this tree.
Okay.
There are 2 targets out here. They are roughly 6 by 11, so basically a little bit smaller than a sheet of paper.
Okay.
And so what you're actually talking about is the human head. You're essentially looking for a headshot out here. There are 2 out here. And find them. Find them and hit them. And when you find them, hit them a couple times. What's that?
Square targets?
They're rectangle. They're rectangular and they're oriented. They're oriented this way.
On trees?
On trees.
Yeah, I see them.
Yeah, they're going to be about 5 feet off the ground, 5-ish feet off the ground. So what I would say to you is, whenever possible, brace on a tree, because you want to have good central hits. And at this distance, there's maybe a little bit of an offset. Meaning, raise your gun up real quick. Meaning that your mechanical offset, this is where your optic is seeing, and about where my pinky is. So this is how much mechanical offset you have. So remember I told you earlier, forehead, forehead, throat, throat. The mechanical offsets of your weapon mandate that you remember, this is where I'm zeroed, this is actually where I'm hitting. So I better remember that, and you're inside of 100.
Oh, I like where you put those. I can't see them for that view.
Exactly. And every one of these trees represents a person and or thing you cannot hit. You can go to this tree if you want. Be mindful any tree you press against to make sure that there's no poison ivy. Leaves of 3, let them be.
Leaves of 3, let them be.
Leaves of 3, let them be. And actually push in with your sling. Well, actually, you can't because it's back here. We're going to move this here eventually.
Okay.
And what you would do is you take your sling and you slightly come out of it and you push into the tree with it and you lock the sling in. And it's like the guy on the helicopter. Let's see here. There it is. It's the guy on the helicopter in the door. Seriously, there's a sapling right in the way. I'm not going to take a shot at that. What a booger. That actually moved recently. Oh, there we go. Edge shot. Here we go. That's right. That's right. Get it here, girls. Get it here, girls. Good hit. Yeah, that's center. One more. That's good. That's center high. That's good. This is also the environment where you find if things are properly torqued on your gun. Good. It's a good hit. Okay, so now let's find you in a better position moving this way, to see if you can hit that other target.
That sling trip from the tree is money.
Yes. That's why the helicopter crews will just run an X of straps,
Money.
twist them in the middle, and they'll push the gun into it. You can work off that tree right there. That one's a challenge because you have to go right between those trees.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh yeah, I see the target. And I'm like, okay, so hit it.
Yeah.
So you can either freestand it. Now, Steven, this is for you if you're watching from home. Steven, 65 years old, did this freestanding. Just saying. And he rocked it too. Nope. Nope. It'll make a telltale whack. That's it. That was it. Did you hear it?
I heard it.
It's a very wet thud of a sound. It goes boom. And now go ahead and work that one too.
That one or that one?
That one right there. Well, look, either one, man. Knock yourself out. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna go for it. There it is right there. Ah, that's good. That's good. Good job. That was good.
Lucky.
No. No, that was good. Go ahead and hit that one again. Very good. You figured that out real quick. Good job. All right, let's move. There's a target 12 o'clock right off your nose. It's not going to be high. It's going to be low. We're in an elevated position.
I see it.
So remember, elevated positions means that you have to aim slightly low of where you want to hit because of the parabolic flight of that bullet. You see it down there?
I see it.
And it is the same exact target. Every one of these targets, except for the one on the hill, these are all exactly the same size. These are all headshots. So you can either flat out just prone out if you want to, take a knee, brace up on that tree or that tree if you want. The foliage is a bit of a booger, and remember, if you're shooting through foliage, even this stuff right here in front of you is going to cause a deflection. There you go, good job. Oh, good. Knocked it off the tree. Come on. It's just screws. It tends to bounce off the screws. This is not a flat trajectory. You're actually lower than he is, and what you don't realize is you're considerably lower than he is right now. Once we get over there, you're going to realize he's up there. So this, and you also can't tell the distance because there's actually a valley between us right now. So it's hard to gauge that distance, but that's 300. Take your left hand, lay it over your handguard, and relax it. Take your right thumb and pass it to the right side of the gun, like this.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, now sweep your safety off with your thumb.
Gotcha.
And what you're doing is you're isolating this musculature right here on your shooting hand so that you're not imparting this on the rifle. That hand is stabilizing the front of the gun. This is a free float setup, so you can put pressure on your handguard and not cause any twist or not cause any torque on your barrel. Your right hand, you're now isolating the musculature by passing your thumb over. So instead of doing this, you're now doing this.
Oh, cool.
Sweep your safety off, and I want you to hog up on that gun. Get up on the gun and drive the gun into the ground. And basically preload your gun like this. Preload your gun forward with your body. And when you're ready for this is a squeeze. Couldn't see it. Trust me, you'll know it when you hit it. Go ahead and aim about a foot over his head.
Okay.
See, everybody's ammunition, everybody's barrels. Now you saw that, right?
I saw that.
Yeah, so now work off of that. Didn't see it. Hang on, let me try something. That's what it sounds like. That's a miss. That,
nice,
that
Abner.
ding,
Yeah.
that ding, there's actually a report that you get where the supersonic crack goes that way and it actually bounces off of the hill and comes back and it goes thwack. But in reality, what you're actually after is thwack ding with that little tuning fork at the end. That's the hit. Yeah, that's the hit.
Where are you putting the dot?
This particular gun, because it is a ballistic advantage barrel and a gun that I built myself,
Yeah.
I am probably about 2 feet over his head.
Really?
So I'm hitting around his belly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want me to continue?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as, I don't want you burning through all your ammo, but I also want you to experience a success here.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Put your finger on the trigger, relax that left hand. Put your finger on the trigger. Is there any movement at all in your trigger, or is it a military trigger?
There's a little bit of movement.
There's a little bit of take up? Okay. Lock on, tell you what, put your dot dead center on the top of his head. Let's see where you're hitting. And I want you to slowly lock visually that dot on the top of his head and slowly pull that trigger back until it breaks.
Okay.
That's a hit. No, don't stop. Repeat it. You just created a new neural pathway. Repeat that. Pull that file out and repeat it. Read what's on that file you just created. Hoorah! Do it again. Nope, that's a miss. But did you notice? It sounded like a hit, didn't it?
Yeah.
That whoosh, it sounded like a hit, but it doesn't have that king at the end. That's what you're listening for. That's why steel makes a difference. Imagine if we were shooting cardboard or paper, right? And so, you're, oh yeah, that's a bullseye. How am I supposed to know it's a bullseye? Well, because the range officer told you it's a bullseye. Whoop-de-doo! Yeah. Until you get that ding and your target says, that's a success, well, your brain creates a new neural pathway and goes, my left hand was here, my right hand was here, my abdominal wall was doing this, that, or the other. And by the way, the reason that I'm not telling you about the whole breathe, empty out your abdominal wall, is because when you're shooting, the cadence of, someone told me, I think it's like combat cadence. Yeah. He goes, there is no breathing in and breathing out. He said, you got to work with whatever the enemy is giving you to work with. Yeah. Ideally, you want to shoot on a completely emptied abdominal wall, so you're making as much contact with the ground as possible. Do that again.
It's so good. Oh, I'm fogging up.
Your glasses?
Yeah.
Pull them off. This is technically precision shooting, and you actually don't want to be wearing iPro on precision shooting because you're stationary. America! Hoorah!
Dude, that's awesome. This is by far the longest shot I've ever hit with my AR.
This is by far the longest shot most people ever hit with their AR. This is why I want to share this with as many people as possible.
So good.
I wish I were rich. I'd do this for free. Dude, guess what? You just created, what was that, 4 or 5?
4, yeah.
4 hits. You just created 4 distinct neural pathways. Because remember, each one of these was a success, but each one of these had a slightly different computation to it, or equation to it. Your hands were a little bit different here, a little bit different here, and here and here. Each one of these is actually labeled success, but each one is now an extra possibility that you've just given your brain to draw from in the future.
Dude, it's awesome.
Do one more.
Okay. How do you go wrong with a dot side, huh?
I know.
Oh.
No, that was an edge hit. Did you not hear it? That's an edge hit. That's a center hit. See, there's a difference. There's the edge hit goes kink, and the center hit goes boom, because it's the entire body.
That's awesome.
Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. So good.
Thing of beauty, man. Thing of beauty. Okay, now, right now, we're actually being looked at by 2 enemies. So let's make believe that the guy on the hill is now gone. He's down, he's done, or he has hobbled off. Right now, we're actually being watched by 2 people. Yeah, we're actually being watched. There are 2 targets that are looking at us right now. And I'm already looking at one of them.
Oh, left.
There he is. Get him.
That left.
You can either prone, you can kneel, or you can stand.
I'm looking at the right one, right? Just to the left?
Yeah, right in front of you. It's black and white, and I've actually taken part of that 6.5 and 11 by away from you because I don't want the screws getting hit at this distance. Yeah, you're looking in the right direction. He's looking right at you. Beautiful. Knock him down. Nope, that's to the left of him. Catch him on the swing. Hell yeah!
Dude, that is awesome.
That's really good. That's really good. I'm impressed. That was good. Because the key is to catch him when he goes like this. And then you hit him again. Okay, right now, for fun, for kicks and giggles, there's a field expedient poor man's target. It's that rock right there. It's about the size of a volleyball. Yeah, shoot that rock, watch what happens. See that? That rock did the same thing for you that a steel target does. It gave you a visible feedback, and it was kind of audible depending on how fast your walkers process sound. But at the very least, that rock gave you feedback. Because remember, rifles are not aimed. You're not working with mechanical sights. You're working through the optics. So with a rifle, you actually get to stare right at your target. And that's why if you don't have steel and you got rocks, shoot rocks. When that area down there fills with water,
yeah,
shoot at the puddle. And you'd be surprised how a puddle that, if you're right at it, the puddle is 7 feet wide and 20 feet long, but from this angle, it looks like it's only that big.
No kidding.
So then you're basically aiming at a man's chest.
Yeah.
Because that's roughly the size of that thing out there.
Yeah.
So just use what you got. If you have terrain like this that you have to work with,
yeah,
dude, pick a tree. Pick an old, rotten out tree that will set off plumes of wood fibers and take it to pieces. All right, there are actually 2 targets that are looking at us right now. No, technically 3. There's a 3rd one that's really, really close to you right now. So you're going to want to hunt him. Move low and left. Move your body low and left and be looking to the right.
Oh, right there.
Get him. Don't look at me, get him. Very good. That one's got a tree behind him, so he's not going to fall. Now immediately you've popped that dude, you may want to deal with that guy. Good. Very good. All right, that one down there. Can you get him from here? Remember, there's an elevation issue here too. You're over him. So like over there, you were over the target, so remember that. Ha ha ha. Knock it down. You already knocked it down. Good job. Now, let's move a little closer to this guy on the hill because I want you to appreciate just how far up he actually is. This, by the way, is 3/8 AR500 through hardened Burnell steel. This is what the Bearcats are made out of.
Oh, wow.
Armored trucks. All right, now, even from right here, look at that. Look at how far up he actually is to us. And you can't appreciate that from over there.
No, not even close.
But he is, now here's the deal. From a combative standpoint, he actually has the position of dominance because he has the high ground. So if you were wearing camo and you came out of that tree line and you slinked along in the grass and you know how to traverse this distance with that rifle and he's dumb enough to be walking over the hill like that, you got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I put the dot basically right on his head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I've had people have to shoot 5 feet over his head to hit him. Yeah. Good job.
So fun.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Abner.
It is. Oh, we're not done yet. There are still 2 more targets to go. As we're going downhill, ignore the gong. We already got that earlier. There is, at this moment, we're being looked at by 1 target already. And he's down somewhere on the right. So what I would say to you is kind of slink this way a little bit, see if you can find him. Work your way, beware of ticks.
Okay.
So work your way along the gravel. But this is a great place to practice seated shooting Because prone at this angle doesn't work very well.
Okay.
When you try to prone out at this angle, you're basically doing this. You're like, oh, and you're just, the angle doesn't work properly for you. You see him yet? I see him already.
You?
He's looking right at us. I mean, he's literally looking right at us.
On the right?
He's on the right. You see where the gong is?
Yeah. Oh, I see him now.
There he is.
Okay.
So you can either freestand, but this is about 100 yards, and you are probably a good 20 to 30 feet over his head. So now your parabolic flight has dramatically changed for this distance. It's no longer nice, flat, clean trajectory. So now you're having to aim low because your bullet is still doing this in flight. Luckily, that whole thing is steel. That's about a 10-inch circle painted in the middle of a 550 Brunel steel plate. Good. Hit it again. Pass your thumb over. Good. Beautiful. It's a winner. It's a good feeling, isn't it? It never gets old.
No. It's amazing.
All right, there's another target that can see us now. I kind of gave it away. Yep. Can't tell. It's probably the trees eating it up.
Yeah.
Okay, try whatever position was working for you before. Right at the top of the plate.
Where are you putting your dot?
The very top of the plate.
Okay.
That was a miss. There you go. Repeat that.
Yeah, top of the plate.
There you go. So apparently your offset is not that bad.
Yeah, it's funny because the first several shots I was aiming at the 6 o'clock.
It's funny because typically speaking, elevation requires you to aim low.
Yeah. Go over the gong.
That is the best sound in the world. No, I don't want to accidentally clip the chain.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we're at a weird angle on the gong.
Copy.
All right.
It is the best sound.
It is. Coming up. This is the difference between your brass and mine. It actually oxidizes on contact with the suppressor smoke.
Oh really?
Yep. And your brass comes out clean and shiny. Yeah, it's down there. I wouldn't go in there after it.
Okay.
And thus endeth the lesson.
Dude.
That was fun.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, my friend.
It's my pleasure.
Appreciate it so much.
My pleasure, my friend.
To spend your time with me is amazing.
I love it.
Dude.
Wish I was rich. I'd do it for free. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah.